It's LeGarrette Blunt here, man, 3-time Super Bowl champion. I just want to give you a shout out to the YouTube channel, MicroMike, man.
Eddie Murray, former Detroit Lion. Make sure you watch MicroMike on YouTube.
Calvin Johnson Jr. here, aka Megatron. Big shout out to MicroMike and YouTube channel, man.
Keep on talking everything Detroit Lions, and I just got to remind you, man, happy wife, happy life.
What's going on YouTube? This is your boy Mr. MicroMike, and today we're going to talk about why the Detroit Lions wide receiver core is the best in the NFL. Before getting to the video, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for all my notifications, leave me a comment, and watch the video all the way through, because that is how my content gets out there. Also, check this out.
Subscribe to the members of ISN.
Yes, the Lions wide receiver is the best in the NFL, the core as a whole. Not necessarily have all the best talent, but the depth is intense, straight up intense. And we're going to start from the back end and go forward. Talk about Cephas, who we drafted. Cephas, to me, is a young Anquan Bolden type power hitter, an individual that's tough, who can block as well. If you talk to Jeff Okudah, he will tell you he is the hardest wide receiver he went against in college football. So he brings a dynamic that will be depth for this year. 5th round pick. I think he could be the Amani Oruwariye of last year in regards to being depth to that offensive weapon skill set. Let's talk about then the number 4 wide receiver, deep ball, Marvin Hall. All he did last year was make gigantic plays after plays, catching everything long distance. And yes, he was known before coming to the Detroit Lions as an individual who cannot catch the football. But all he did for Detroit was catch everything in his way, even when you had David Blau and Jeff Driscoll at quarterback. This guy was electrifying. He was doing everything humanly possible. He should, in my opinion, probably be a number 2 on many wide receiver teams that require depth at that position. He is that talented, and he's our number 4 wide receiver. Now let's go to our number 3 wide receiver, Danny Amendola. Yes, Danny Amendola was a great pickup for the Detroit Lions. He is very good when it comes to getting first downs. He had numbers that would be number 2 on half the NFL team with over 600 yards receiving. This guy is good, and not only is he good in a sense that he gets those first downs, but he also brings a mental toughness. Even when the team was losing and there was no hope in sight, Danny Amendola was pushing through, giving 100% effort. Absolutely awesome to have on the depth. I don't think he's going to perform as good as he did last year, but he did very, very well with over 600 plus yards, getting the first downs required. Now, let's jump to Marvin Jones Jr. Marvin Jones Jr. has been an absolutely stunning wide receiver. He's getting multiple touchdowns. He's catching everything in his way, and the guy has finesse hands that is very good for some teams' number 1s. But he is our number 2 wide receiver, and he is complemented by Kenny the G Golladay, who just had 11 touchdowns, rocking major yards, and now considered an individual who's going to be to the Pro Bowl. And a lot of people think he's a top 10 wide receiver. Now we jump to the tight ends. Yes, the tight ends. We got Isaac Nada, who not only is a tight end, but he can be utilized in the fullback position. He has an individual to be a multitask individual and really complement the wide receivers. Yes, he's not a wide receiver, but he complements it, because when you have the depth at the tight end position, it opens up the wide receivers. Then we got Jesse James, who underperformed last year, but hopefully he brings to that next level. But TJ Hawkinson really opens it up for the wide receivers. He's always open. he catches the football, and with so many other offensive weapons in regards to the running backs and the tight ends, it opens the space up for the wide receivers. In my opinion, it makes the wide receiver core the best in the NFL. They will be open. They will have time to catch the football. They will be making plays all over the field. And that's also because they have quarterback Matthew Stafford with that strong arm and hopefully can be healed through this upcoming season. But this wide receiver depth is intense. And it may not be the best wide receiver when you think of Julio Jones and individuals such as that. But the depth is intense. The depth is what brings this wide receiver core, in my opinion, to number one. With that said, folks, tell me what you think. Do you think it's the best wide receiver core in the NFL in regards to depth? Let me know. Adios.